Nice, nice.
I misclicked. I accidentally right-clicked. But welcome back, everybody.
Day two?
Yep. Day dose. But yeah, second day of the draft. Welcome back to the Breaker Bros. And I guess there's a few things we can go over. I feel like the latest rumors is that I feel like maybe the Bengals might trade down to get a few more picks, which would be nice.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. So, and then the Twitter is indicating that maybe Quinshon Judkins is going to the Browns.
No, it's
confirmed.
Yeah.
Bang.
It's literally just announced here. I'm going to make this bigger right now.
Yeah. Okay. So, in terms of the Bengals trading back, any rumors on who they would be trading back with?
No. I just heard it more from shout out to the Bengals talk with James Rapien, but I think he Rapien.
Rapien. I don't think he likes that pronunciation.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to do too many things at once, but nonetheless, he hinted towards maybe the Bengals are looking to trade down, which kind of makes sense. But for me, I think if you can get the guard, because I feel like the best position to draft in the second round would be offensive guard, because I think you can definitely get a starter in the second round. I mean, there's possibly a starter that you can get in the third round, but I think it's more of a sure bet that you get the starter in the second round. I feel like, because there might be a little bit of a run of offensive linemen in the second round, but I don't know, because it's like there's still plenty of defensive ends that are available. Mike Green is still available, so I guess apparently there were some character concerns that must have been confirmed, because I don't think anyone anticipated.
Yeah, well, for now, Sam Milan says that he's going 37 to a shadow team, so I guess the shadow team's the Raiders, but we'll see.
So wait, they're saying Mike Green is going to Vegas?
Just this guy on Vegas with the 37 pick. No, not her. This guy. Right here. Sam Mulan 28. We'll see.
But I do like the pace of the second day a little bit better. I do feel like they did speed up the first round a little bit, but I don't know. Seems like
it's a little slow.
Seems like 10 minutes is a bit too much.
Mm-hmm. So the interesting thing about the Browns is they didn't take a quarterback.
Yeah.
Because they were rumored to be in the Shadur Sanders sweepstakes, and they
I think they're going to go Milroe third round at this point.
Really? I think that the Steelers are going to get Milroe second round.
That's a possibility.
If they have a second round pick. Maybe they don't.
I think they do. Maybe they don't. But they might. I don't know if they'll trade back in.
Like I said, the Steelers are probably going to look for Milroe in the third round.
Well, they could trade back in.
They could. Yeah, that's it. I'm predicting a trade. Oh, there's a trade. Dolphins are on the clock.
Could the Dolphins use a running back? But I don't know if that would make sense.
Yeah, they might need a running back. I think they just lost their last back. One of them. Oh, there you go. Jonah,
that's your guy. See, this is why
not my guy anymore. He's a traitor. He's supposed to be a Bengal.
So he went to the Dolphins?
That's what Dov Kleiman says. But was he always right or sometimes right last night? I feel like
I think he was
not
mostly
100%. Okay.
I think the
mostly right, Dov Kleiman. We'll see.
I think the time that we thought he was wrong, I think we just misread it.
That's
true. He was actually correct.
He's got I don't think he retweets, 30. Oof. I'm not even going to be the first on there.
Yeah, I wonder what he does to get it so quickly.
He's probably underneath the broadcast booth.
Huh.
He's the guy that writes the cards. Dov is correct.
Okay. So that was actually one
So
of
the
our
first
targets. I feel
guard
like.
is gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess before it's too late, like we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but to kind of recap, but I feel like our top target at the time was Donovan Jackson in the second round, but obviously he went into the first round. And then as far as like our second picks, I'm more on the Ratledge end, and Eric was more on Jonah's side. But I mean, it makes sense that he went this high. I feel like there was quite a bit of people that were pretty high on him. I mean, he's got great size. I don't know if he's going to play tackle in the NFL, but I feel like he would be a badass guard. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm sure he could be a decent tackle.
they listed him on NFL as a guard, NFL.com. So I think they're in line with you. Let's try to look at our guard list here.
But yeah, not to say that
had
he can't play
tackles
tackle, but
listed as guards. But yeah, I mean, PFF had him all the way at 87 for tackles. So I guess might as well share this. See. So the remainers are Arianti Ursary, liked him. Ozzy Trapillo is
I like him in the third round though.
okay, and then Marcus Mbow. You liked him as a second rounder. I think he's later, but I mean the way this draft is going. Although I did like Jonah as a second rounder, so there you go. I guess I like this Wyatt Millum guy too.
Yeah, he's tied to the Bengals. He just had a private workout with them. I think that was confirmed right before the draft.
Okay.
I'm not sure if like is he really
and then the guard
pick?
list we both like Tate Ratledge as a second rounder. But looking at the list, I don't know how excited I am about trading down, because basically we're like at like 4 or 5 guys now left.
Yeah.
And usually
maybe
these things go in streaks, right?
Yeah. All right. My bad. I should probably told you this before. I'm gonna be here, but my pizza just got here, so I'm just gonna turn off my camera while I eat.
Okay.
But
are you gonna talk?
Of course.
Okay.
I just don't want to eat on camera. I just feel like that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's okay to drink coffee on camera though.
That or yeah, drinks. You're really drinking coffee?
Mm-hmm.
What kind?
What's it called? It's Italian. Lavazza?
Ah.
Oh, the tariffs are hitting hard, man. Amazon doubled the price on my coffee.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tariffs, man.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. But yeah, no, I definitely like this pace a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although nothing's happening at this moment.
Well, part of it is because they schedule it around the commercials. So I'm convinced if there was no incentive to get ads from commercials, like the draft would be way quicker. Because I think a lot of it is kind of like predetermined. I think a lot of people or a lot of teams, they share pretty much the same draft boards. So it's kind of, I think once you're like in the NFL and you're an insider, you pretty much know what's going to go on.
Right.
And then I feel like some of the Bengals coaches, they kind of hit it towards like, yeah, it's pretty much most teams know what teams are going to pick through like the third and fourth round. It does become a little bit more of a wild card on day 3, but that's mainly because more people or more teams are willing to take risks or whatever. But any updates from Wikipedia or Twitter?
Just random stuff going on. This guy claims that there's a trade at 39, but I haven't seen anything for pick 38 yet.
So many trades so far.
Yeah, and I picked up that these are shadow teams, which is just people trying to confuse me.
I think a shadow team is like players that you want to draft, but other teams draft. So that player becomes your shadow team.
Oh, we got Travion Henderson.
There you go. That makes sense. I kind of figured he would go this high. Honestly, this is kind of what I've expected as far as like the running backs. Because, and I also figured
that 3 tweets is truth, so I'm reposting. Oh, wait, what does Dov say? Yep.
Patriots. Okay, that's good. That's a solid pick. I mean, obviously, I think we were both. I mean, this was your top running back at this point. I feel like.
Yeah. Let's consult our list here.
I'm looking.
Halfback,
depending on how the draft falls, if we do want a running back,
Hampton, like Genty, gone, and then Henderson, Judkins. So we both like DJ Giddens, but I don't know if I want the Bengals picking a running back at this point. I'm hoping this rumor about the trade is accurate.
Trade with who?
Oh, they said that the Bears traded for Pickens.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how many running backs actually go in the second round. Because I'm thinking it could be, I guess, between 3 or 4. But I mean, there's a chance that DJ Giddens could be there for the Bengals in the third round, and I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like they need to get a guard in the second round. They need it.
Wait, who's on the clock? Okay, the Bears.
The Bears. Wow, they got pick 39 and 41.
Still, I guess a quarterback not taken yet. It's got to be coming soon.
The Saints, maybe? Maybe this is where the Saints get a quarterback at pick 40.
I heard Saints or possibly the Rams.
Yeah. The Rams pick at 46.
They just said, I'm watching the NFL Network cast or broadcast. And they said 6 Buckeyes in the top 38, and then Rich comes in and is like, "Well, what about the first 18?" We were kind of talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
I know Rich is a Michigan guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Michigan can hang their hat on that, but it's been like just a run on Buckeyes ever since pick 19. What kind of pizza did you get?
Pepperoni and bacon.
From Domino's?
I'm not sure. I can't even tell by the pizza. I feel like I should know, but most likely
Yeah.
Domino's, I would think, because it's got the cheese in the crust, stuffed
Nice.
crust. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, we got Luther Burden.
there you go. That's Drew's guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. When I watched his highlights, he's got like a little bit of a Jamar Chase in him, where he makes pretty good plays after the catch. It's kind of like a running back.
Oh, we didn't do wide receivers.
Yeah,
as a
we
group.
did. Because I mean, they may draft a wide receiver late in the draft, potentially, but I don't know. I don't think it's like I would rather them draft a tight end, and I guess another third round option for me would be Fannin if he makes
Mhm.
that far. Because I kind of like what you were saying before. Whenever a position gets picked, there's usually a run, and now I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a run on running backs, probably guards, and then I feel like in the third round it's probably going to be tight ends. So it'll be interesting to see if Fanning is actually going to be there for the Bengals. But I don't know. It's looking like maybe running back could be a pretty good value in the third round.
Yeah. I'm just thinking guard.
Would you
They need a
double dip at
guard.
guard, second and third round?
I would like to, but I don't think they can. I think they have too many needs that they need to kind of spread their 6 picks out. If they pick up an extra pick in the third, then yeah, but I would consider a double dip.
I think for me, keep the pick in the second round. If you can trade down in the third round to acquire more picks, hopefully you can still maintain a pick in the third and maybe pick up an extra fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think you can kind of get like a tweener guy in the fourth as far as a lineman, like one of those tackles that you can probably convert to a guard, but still has a tackle upside.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if we go like Ratledge in the second. Like to me, he's a guard, right? I don't think you're going to swing him to tackle, but you kind of want that other player to be a little bit more versatile because with the way the Bengals play, we know having depth on the line is very important because at some point someone's going to get hurt. It seems to be pretty consistent with the Bengals offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, so many pass plays, I feel like you need just depth at offensive line. Seems like they need like 7 offensive linemen to get through a season.
Yeah, 7 like solid players, right?
Yeah.
Players that you can lean on.
Yeah, they're showing Burden highlights now. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, he's I think the only reason why he slid as far as he did, apparently he had also character issues, I heard.
Yeah.
I think it's more of I guess what they said about Pierce, it wasn't like off-field issues, but it's more like did he have like a motor, was he like mature enough type of deal?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Burden was the same situation, but no. If you watch his highlights, though, he looks pretty electric, like a
Yeah.
pretty good playmaker. Saints. Okay, yeah. So Saints, do they take a quarterback now, right?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Maybe.
I want at least 2 more quarterbacks to go in the second round. because more quarterbacks, positions that are not really Bengals needs, the better players that we want drop. So the more quarterbacks that can get drafted in the second and third round, the better.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel the same way about running backs because there's, I feel like the next running back that most teams probably have highly rated would be, I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence with him. Yeah, I can see why people really like him. I'm trying to think of his name. It's a dude from Iowa.
Oh yeah. Caleb Johnson.
Yeah. In a way, he kind of reminds me of Le'Veon Bell. And I think part of what makes me unsure is that I feel like the way the Iowa's offensive line played, they did really well as far as like the run blocking. But he also was like patient enough and he had really good vision. And he was a very smooth runner. And I think he's stronger than what most people think because he tends to break more tackles than what you expect. So, but part of it was where I was unsure is that it seemed like his offensive line blocked really well. So I think he really benefited from a really good blocking scheme. And also it fits the way he runs because he's a pretty patient runner and he's got pretty good vision. But nonetheless, I could see a team taking him, which to me would be good because like the next running back I would prefer to see, especially for the Bengals, would be DJ Giddens. He kind of gives me Mixon / Corey Dillon vibes. Not to say he's going to be that good, but he's like a bigger running back, pretty quick, pretty fast, and obviously powerful. And I would prefer like a bigger running back to pair with Brown. Kind of have that lightning and thunder. There he is. Yep. That was people were talking about that, him being the next quarterback, not Sanders.
Shuck.
Yep.
Where do you see? Is it confirmed?
Oh no.
Or are you just going off of Twitter?
Yeah, I'm just going off of Twitter. No, I heard that. I heard that was the next quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's been confirmed. But perfect. More quarterbacks taking, the better.
It's pretty crazy.
I think
But
it makes sense in the fact that he can kind of mirror maybe Carr a little bit. And if he needs to fill in for however long, then it's not too much of an adjustment. Because I think the thing about him is that supposedly in terms of natural passing, according to certain GMs, like he was the best quarterback at that. Not necessarily all the other stuff, which is very important, but in terms of just being able to throw, he's got the best arm talent, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean that's what everybody says. But he reminds me a little bit like his bad plays remind me a little bit of Gus Frerotte. So
yeah, but I guess for them in the second round, it's worth that pick. But that's interesting. I'm all for it. It's going to allow other players to slide to the Bengals. So kudos.
Way to go, Who Dat Nation. Way to not pick a guard. Is that what we want them to do? Anything but a guard? Or is that just me?
No, I'm team guard. My guy's Ratledge. I'm not sure if he's your number one still at this point. I feel like he would be because Jonah was already picked. Or would you prefer them to wait to get a guard in the third round?
I would prefer for them to get the best guard they can get. So
yeah, I think it's Ratledge at this point.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
The only reason why I like Jonah is based off of your opinion, and I feel like. And then also, I've seen a lot of other people pretty high on him too. So like,
Jonah who?
Jonah, I don't know how to say his last name. The guy that was drafted by the Miami Dolphins. So
oh yeah.
He's
that's long gone. So I don't want to talk about him anymore. Yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm looking at our list here. Let's see what we got. I like Ursary. And then that Millum guy, Wyatt Millum.
I think he would be on their list in the second round.
And
But
then,
I also feel like if Ratledge is not there for whatever reason,
yeah, I mean, I liked Ratledge too. I like those three. So I guess there's three that I'd be good with. Like I like this Ursary, Imbow, and no, not Imbow. Ursary, Millum, and then Ratledge are the three guys that I'm hopeful that they can get still.
what did PFF have that Jonah ranked? Because I think you had him rated higher. I felt like. Well, I think now, I think you got to go back to the spreadsheet because you actually timestamp what their.
No, they have him at 86.
I don't think he was 86 on the list though. I think
Was
it
he?
went up more recently.
Oh, let's see here. Tackle. They had him at 87.
Okay, never mind. I take it back. No, that's
It's not a crazy difference.
well, that's still a third round pick.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him a lot. I thought it was good.
He was on the verge of being a first round pick. Here, take this.
Yes.
All right, who's on the clock? Bills. Did they just trade up?
Yeah, they traded with Chicago at some point. I don't know if they just did that. Yeah, they just did that because it was Bears, Saints, Bears.
Do you trade up to get a edge player? I assume.
Maybe receiver.
Could be a receiver, but I'm not sure who's available. I also feel like there's probably like at some point there needs to be a run on defensive ends.
Yeah, because there were quite a few defensive ends, although there was a run on them towards the end of the first round. Whoops.
There was like 20 in just the first 3 rounds, basically.
Yeah, but you still have Mike Green, Ezaraku, Scourton.
Wait, I thought Mike Green was drafted.
What?
Or was that fake?
Yeah, that was fake. Landon Jackson. That was one of those shadow team things. I'm easily fooled by Twitter. So, yeah, I liked Landon Jackson a lot. And then JT Tuimalau. So, I mean, maybe they're slipping because there's still quite a few good players left, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I think the Bills go edge here because I think they got rid of Von Miller, so I think they're going to want to fill that. And you know what? I think they're going to get your guy.
What?
Jackson.
Not Landon Jackson.
Yep.
Oh no,
that's my guess.
That stinks. I guess the Bengals already made their choice. But go ahead. Sorry, I talked over you.
No, I was just saying, like, we tend to like players that are divisional rivals pick or like other teams that we're competitive with. Like
no, they got TJ Sanders.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think a lot
receiver?
of people No, he's a defensive tackle.
Oh, defensive tackle, TJ Sanders. Jeez. So, TJ Sanders. So Bills receive picks 41, 72, and 240. Bears get 56, 62, and 109. That's some like real draft chart math there.
Yeah. It's like yeah. It's like the
So
one
they
team goes up.
swapped
Yeah.
swapped like second and third round picks, right? So the Bears moved back in the third round. Bills moved up in the third round, back in the fourth round. Sorry, second round. Let's start over. Bills moved up in the second round. Bears moved back in the second round. Bills moved back in the third round. Well, no. That looks like a 62 is a second round pick. So the Bears got 2 second round picks, 56 and 62. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the Bears.
In exchange for their second and third.
Yeah, so the Bears moved down in the second to move up to get back into the second and up in the third, or is that the fifth?
Yeah, it just seems like the way you have to do it if you do trades. Like it's weird, right? Because the less picks you have, the harder it is for you to trade, right? Because it's hard to match value to value. But like when you have all these extra picks, you can do like swaps and stuff. Another reason why I did not like the trade of the 7th round pick the Bengals made at the end of the season.
Well, especially if you didn't extend him, so it was like he didn't really get in. Like he didn't really play that much, so it's like.
I mean, Travion Henderson. The difference between Travion Henderson and was it Herbert? Can't be so much that it's worth a 7th round pick.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Henderson. It was Moss that got hurt.
Yeah, but Travion Henderson was still on the Bengals roster.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so they chose to give carries to this other guy instead of Henderson. Tom LeBronaldo. Shadur Sanders is not even the first Sanders to be selected in the 2025 NFL draft.
Dang, that's crazy.
But I still have hope he'll be the first Shadur.
Well, we got Shamar.
Okay. This guy's got 42nd pick.
Oh, Mason Taylor. Yeah, a lot of people were high on him too. That's fine with me. I do like the tight end out of Miami though. That Arroyo.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good to me.
I like all tight ends. I mean, I like the position. Like a lot of the college guys look useful, but then like they get to the NFL and it's like a whole different story. I feel like tight ends are almost like kickers, where it's like hard to project, and it's usually the guys that bounce around a little bit or been like stashed on a roster for a little bit that like suddenly start to become productive.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like maybe the last 3 to 5 years, tight ends have been. I kind of feel like they've been plentiful. Like, it seems like there's been a lot of tight end talent coming out more recently.
Yeah.
So it feels like if you pick the right tight end, they could be a pretty, like an impact player. So, and that's kind of why I like Fannin. If we were going to pick a tight end, just because I think there's opportunity to use him as a running back, especially on those short yardage plays. But definitely in the second round to be too rich. But it wouldn't surprise me if he gets picked at the end of the second round, just based off of his talent, because he looked really good in the passing game. And to have him, Gesicki, Higgins, and Chase locked up for the next 3 years, that could be pretty lethal.
We got a second New York Jets getting. I'm going to roll with it. Mason Taylor.
I'm also on, well, I'm not sure if the Sporting News is a big website, but I like their format because I'm just trying to copy and paste to post it on the ticker down there.
Yeah.
On the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it hasn't updated on my end, but I feel like this is like the last thing to update. Wait, the Jets picked him?
Yeah, 42.
Didn't they pick a tight end last year too?
Potentially.
But I think that's good, especially with Fields being their quarterback. I think having tight ends is not a bad option.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like NFL Network is kind of like a little bit behind.
Well, ESPN hasn't shown it yet.
Oh, okay, they just announced it on mine.
Yeah.
But I noticed this website I'm on updated before the announcement, so maybe it is not the slowest.
Yeah.
So the 49ers, I think they got their edge. They might go safety. I feel like they need a safety. See how many picks we have before the Bengals.
Oh, not too many. The Bengals pick 49.
It's six picks. So
Yeah.
I feel like Ratledge would be my number one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the two safeties would be my second or third. So either Winston or Watts.
Yeah. Knowing the Bengals, let's see. They would probably go tackle over a pure guard. So they're probably going to go Ursary because he's the most athletic.
Yeah, I would say Ursary would be my fourth. And then I'm trying
I'd be
to think.
fine with it.
I think my fifth. Yeah, I'm not sure what my fifth would be yet.
Oh, wow. Alfred Collins.
Oh, decent defensive tackle. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, thinking about that, which defensive tackles are still left? Oh, I like Darius Alexander. Yeah, he would be my fifth. I would say he would be my fifth.
Okay. Yeah, because Alfred Collins, we liked him.
But I also get a feeling that they might have that Wyatt, the guard, ranked as their like in the second round for them.
Yeah. Twitter's a little slow on the Alfred Collins. There it is.
So, do you think the Steelers will take lower row over Sanders?
Would you say?
Do you think the Steelers would take Milrow over Sanders?
Yeah. I mean, Milrow's like a really elite athlete. I mean, what does Shadir Sanders do better than Milrow does?
I think he's probably more accurate of a passer.
Maybe.
But in terms of like athletic ability, yeah, no, you're right. Like, I think he ran a 4.3. He ran a really fast 40. So I kind of think he gives you like the Justin Fields vibe. So I can see why the Steelers would go for him.
Well, I don't know about Justin Fields. I think Milrow's like.
Think he's a better passer than Fields?
I think he's a better runner. I think he's just a more powerfully built dude. Like Milrow's built like a tank, whereas like Fields was kind of more. Just kind of taller and thinner.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fields almost looks like a wide receiver type body, whereas like Milrow's like more like a running back type body. It's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, I would say if they do trade into the, well, I don't know, it could go either way, because I feel like the Browns would probably take whoever quarterback is left between Milroe and Sanders at the top of the third. Assuming they do have a third round pick. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, they do.
I can't remember. I think I already posted that. So I haven't seen. Who do you think the Cowboys go with? Or is that what you were talking about? Do they go quarterback?
No.
Oh, no. Looks like Dion Caputi has Ezaraku.
Okay, edge. Yeah, that makes sense. Because they lost an edge over free agency. Or I can't remember if he left or if they cut him. And Mike Green is still on the board, huh? I wonder how far he falls.
Well, I mean, if it's like a true character thing, could that even take you out of the entire draft?
I feel like the furthest he probably could fall. Because I feel like if that was the case, wouldn't that news break much sooner?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you got a point.
I feel like maybe the third, but we'll see. Like if he's there in the second, does it make it easier to trade Hendrickson?
No. There's nobody in the draft that's going to put up Hendrickson's production next year. The Bengals are in win now mode. I would not trade Hendrickson. Not for a second round pick either.
I guess.
I mean, overall you might be ahead, but like not next year. What's that?
I said the Colts could probably take a quarterback.
Yeah, someone's saying that they're going to take Shadur Sanders.
Someone's been saying that about every pick.
Yeah. Cross Ezaraku off the list.
I think someone had the Bengals picking him in the first round. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, PFF had him ranked 16, so it makes sense, right? Because the Bengals were picking 17. But
yeah,
you had him as a second rounder. I bumped him down to a third rounder. So, I mean, we both liked Landon Jackson better. And we both liked JT Tuimalau better.
Yeah, he could be there in the third.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people were high on that other Texas A&M defensive end, that's Scorton. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Landon Jackson, I feel like people were high on too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Colts got Warren in the first round. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's got everybody on it too. That would be easier to find. Sort by that. So got the Colts. So look, well, they picked the tight end. So edge, maybe another edge.
They got Landon Jackson up there.
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah, PFF dramatically underrated the guards, I think.
Yeah.
Because like the tackles that we liked as guards and that got drafted as guards went way higher than they had them ranked.
Yeah. Because I think maybe if you saw them as tackle, maybe they're lower, but I think we kind of noticed that with a lot of the tackles in this draft that they look better as guards.
Yeah. Oh, they took JT Tuimoloau.
There we go. I think you were pretty high on him too. I think you liked him a lot in the second round.
Yeah, I liked him as a first rounder.
So yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't understand why he wasn't a first rounder, to be honest. Maybe it's just because his team was so good.
And there's so many other defensive ends.
Well, I mean, but like maybe like they assign, like they're like, okay, well, his production was only good because like his teammates were so good, kind of thing. So,
all right, so we're 1, 2, 3 picks away from the Bengals. Let's go.
okay, so AI says the Rams need corner, linebacker, tight end, right tackle, and interior offensive line. So like all positions. So maybe they snag. Of course, we didn't rank corners, did we?
No, but what was their first pick? Oh, the Colts. Yeah, they got. Wait, no,
They got tight end in the first round, right? Didn't they get Warren?
Oh wait, my bad. We're still on the Colts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they might go with corner then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that corner from Notre Dame is still there.
Yeah. Did Membo go? No, that's a tackle. Sorry. Why did I think it was a corner?
Yeah,
Barron,
he went in the top
already.
10.
Will Johnson is still available, and then Trey Amos, right? He's available. Those would not be bad picks based on PFF's rankings.
Wait, who's that?
I don't know. It's got some kind of. They got Terrence Ferguson.
Wow. Okay.
Tight end.
Yeah, no, he's fast. If I remember correctly, like I think he had. I want to say he ran a 4.5.
I might have wrote it down. I did not write it down, but we both liked him. And I'm in the second round.
Yeah, you got it right. See, I thought Arroyo was better than Ferguson, but
yeah, I liked Ferguson better than he was my number 2 tight end. Ferguson. So,
yeah, it's looking less and less likely that Fannon's going to be there in the third round.
I wouldn't say that.
I wonder. I don't know. I mean, if Ratledge is there for sure, I feel like you just.
Yeah, I mean, because the tight end list was short, right? If you go off of PFF, they had 6 guys in the first 4 rounds, right? Or no, first 3 rounds, because we stopped at 100, but then we put in Fannin at 102 because you were interested in talking about him. So.
Polynesian.
Yeah.
Wait, did the Rams pick come in yet? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Terrence Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
But they're not showing it yet. I just retweeted a random guy. He's probably not random, but I just retweeted a guy because it said the pick is in and it looked reasonable, so I just went with it. Yeah. Dion Caputi confirmed.
Was that 3 tweets?
There's only 2 tweets, so it's 2/3 truth. Turf.
Okay, so Cardinals in Vegas before the Bengals.
I think the Cardinals picked an offensive lineman in the first round, didn't they?
No, I think they're the ones that took Nolan, right?
Yeah. Now I remember why I wanted Wikipedia, because it was like got a easy to sort list. Stopped being predictive, but it's good to look back on.
Oh yeah. See the previous picks?
Yeah. Cardinals, Walter Nolan. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Twitter seems like it's the most reliable as far as getting the pick out first.
Mm-hmm. I think the second round picks are not as guarded as the first round picks were.
Yeah. Plus, everything is moving a little bit quicker, so I think that helps us.
Yeah.
Or fans in general. So I guess it's really a tight end run. I thought maybe the guards would start going, but that's good for the Bengals because I think the next available true guard is Ratledge. So only one team can mess this up right now. Oh wait, we don't know who the Cardinals
Two
picked.
teams.
Yeah, 2 teams. My bad.
Cardinals and Raiders.
And it wouldn't surprise me if the Cardinals mess it up twice for us.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to go back on Wikipedia.
Why?
Trying to use this website. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it is before when it's actually announced, but it's being real slow about this pick. I'm just using it to copy and paste for the ticker on the bottom.
Hmm.
Oh, they're about to announce the Cardinals pick now.
Yeah.
Any Twitter hints?
No. Oh,
Will.
here you go. Will
Yeah,
Johnson,
Will.
corner, Michigan.
I think the only reason why he fell is that I think he was hurt or he's coming off an injury.
This guy says will select.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
It's correct?
Will Johnson, yeah.
Boop. And then this guy's predicting Shooter Sanders to the Raiders.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, but
there he is. With a good close-up view of those Illinois fake leather helmets. They did a nice job on it.
yeah, no, I like him.
I don't like them, but I think that they did a good job on them, if that makes sense.
I think they're good like every once in a while, but
Yeah.
it's not something you can play with all the time. I don't think.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's the thing I like about college is that they're way more creative than the NFL.
Yeah. So now we got the Raiders at 48. Who they pick? Oh, they picked Genty in the first round.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
The Raiders picked Genty in the first round.
Yeah.
And they've traded down to this spot, right? Yeah. Oh, they traded down again.
No. Okay, so the Texans jumped the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
If they pick Ratledge, I'm going to punch them in the face. Oh my God, this always happens. Why does this always happen? Oh my God.
I think they're going to pick an edge.
I mean, here, let me look at their depth chart. I feel like they need a lot of offensive line help, though.
Yeah, it says interior offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver, linebacker. They picked wide receiver.
I'm nervous now.
I like it. Ursery.
Oh, thank God. But that's kind of in line what we were talking about before. I think he was technically my 5th pick.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was the guy that I had on my list high.
Okay, Ratledge. Please,
What?
Ratledge.
Oh, I thought you confirmed. Guard Tate Ratledge.
Oh, this is the Raz.
Yeah, they've got like tons of ads on their site. So, all right. Well, the Bengals are up.
Come on, Ratledge.
I'm looking up his Raz score.
Who, Ratledge?
Oh, quite a high one.
Yeah, I was going to say, his is pretty good. I think really the only negative with him, I think he's just kind of an older prospect. So maybe he's 24, I think.
Yeah. 6'6", 308. Nice.
Psoriatic arthritis, tough.
Symptoms can be unpredictable.
One day,
Oh,
your guy's hurt. Next, it's on your skin.
Sorry.
It's all
I had to
good.
figure out which screen had the ad.
No free ads on the Breaker Bros.
Yes.
But I feel like I got the running backs right
Yeah.
in terms of how they went. Genty, Amarion, Junkins. Was it Henderson? I always kind of get him mixed up with Hendrickson. That's what I want to say. But I do think the next running back though is probably going to be that dude from Iowa, Johnson. Is that
Caleb
who it is?
Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fully on board with Ratledge. But can the Bengals abandon their old ways and pick a guard to play guard? Or will they freak out and be like, well, there's no more tackles left, so we're gonna have to wait on guard? So I also like this Wyatt Millum guy.
Yeah, like I said, he had a private workout with the Bengals, so I can kind of see him going potentially the second round. But I feel like,
yeah, you had him lower. I liked him as a second rounder. But we shall soon find out. I hear that. So they drafted Ursery to play tackle.
wait, who's their first round pick?
I can't remember. They did not have a first round pick, or maybe they traded out of the first round.
Well, who was their first pick then?
Their first pick was wide receiver Higgins.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, Bengals are on the clock. Give me a rundown of your top, however many you remember.
I think they're all there. It would be right now Ratledge.
Okay, Ratledge
And
one.
Well, I think for me, you could probably flip the safeties, but either Winston Jr. and Watts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the safeties.
And then, actually, I think Ursery was picked. That was like my fifth option, I think.
Okay.
And then, who was my fourth option? I kind of forget who my fourth option was. I don't think. I feel like it was another offensive lineman.
Okay. Well, you want to see the list? Was it Imbow? You liked him before.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like him more in the third now. I don't know what's changed, but I did think highly of him before. But
yeah, I mean, the way it's going, the number of these guys that are flying off the board, I mean, I don't think that any of these guys on the list are going to make it.
I do think
past
Millum
the third round.
is probably high on the Bengals, but like I said, I feel like Ratledge is probably above him.
Yeah, so I'm all in on Ratledge at this point. Oh, there's Tim Crumry.
Linebacker.
What?
The linebacker from South Carolina.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of get it. This would make more sense to me if they can actually trade Pratt, but I guess they're most likely going to cut him at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Trade him.
Yeah, I mean, we both like Knight, but I'm hurt. I want a Ratledge.
I mean, it makes sense to me because they brought in a new defensive coordinator, so it's like I guess they want to give him his players.
Yeah.
I did have a second round grade on him. I thought he was pretty good. I felt like the other guy was better, but I guess this kind of works out.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked him better than Schlesinger. I think Schlesinger is too small. Maybe not for the NFL, but for like the Bengals, right? I don't know what other people do.
I will love this pick if they can actually get Ratledge in the third, but I just don't see that happening.
I'm so scared that they're not going to be able to get a guard in the third round.
But also, if they do sign one of those veteran guards, then I can see that as well.
I suppose, man. Yeah. Kick off Brazil.
I feel like my Wikipedia is being slow. Is yours updated?
Yeah. No. It's been slow for this round. People just aren't as excited about the second round as they are about the first round. But I feel like the second round is just as important as the first round.
I mean, it's not a bad pick. Knight, because I thought he was a quality player, right? I just thought maybe a starting guard would be a little bit more valuable. Mm-hmm. However, he can be a starter. So, I mean, if they cut Pratt, which seems like it might be a possibility, or maybe they could still trade him. I don't know. But it does seem like his time might be up, because I feel like if you draft a linebacker in the second round, you expect him to play a lot. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Plus, I think Pratt was a starter when he was, a third or fourth rounder? So.
I can't remember.
I think he was a third rounder. Let's see.
So is that how it works? Like, if you demand a trade from the Bengals are just like, we'll just.
Yeah, he was a third rounder. Pratt was a third rounder.
We're just going to draft a replacement.
Seahawks took Arroyo. Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we liked Arroyo.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, third rounder, but.
Nah, he looked good to me. He looked like especially from like the receiving point of view, like, I'm not sure how good of a blocker he was. Maybe that's probably part of the reason why he slid a little bit, but he looked pretty good as a receiving tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see.
It's going to be a chaotic bloodbath of potential franchise-altering decisions. Wow, Garrett Smith. It's not that dramatic, is it?
I don't think so.
I mean,
I'm interested to see how Twitter feels, though, about this pick. I feel like they're probably not going to be that happy, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I'd prefer to have had a guard and just be done with the offensive line, like get as good of an offensive line as you can get. But, everybody has their own ways of building teams. I mean, the Bengals they always think that their offensive line is good to go. So, hard to argue with that.
The two safeties are still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I probably say that now one of them's going to get picked. Yeah, I feel like Arroyo was pretty fast, too. Can't remember his speed, though.
Table flipping Bengals fans.
But if you really think about it, though, I mean, guard is still pretty important. Don't get me wrong. But what was the problem with the Bengals last year? Defense. They got a new defensive coordinator. So if they go first 3 picks defense, that shouldn't be too much of a shock.
It's
Although
not a shock. I'm
I
just
don't want to go
saying,
too
like,
far past the
protect
third.
the franchise, my man. Protect the
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah, I think the third round is like the latest you can go. Because like now in the third round, I'm looking at that Imbow. I mean, maybe
guess,
that Milam could possibly be there in the third round, and I would be okay with that.
I guess. I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like their first round pick, but I also kind of wish they would have taken Donovan Jackson in the first round because, like, I'm just like dead set on the Bengals need a guard. So, you know, I'll calm down once I see a guard.
So who's your top choice right now for guard?
I don't have one because every time I have one, someone else picks them. I like Ratledge.
Oh yeah, I guess technically Ratledge is there. No. Again, if we somehow we still get Ratledge in the third, then I will love this pick in the second round. But I don't know, man. It's ugh.
Yeah, then after that, it's like maybe Miles Frazier in the third round. Maybe Luke
There's
Kandra
Scorton.
from the Bearcats. What's that?
Scorton for whoever.
Oh, Scouchin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's look at the list.
No, I had him in the second round.
Scouton. Yeah, I was not high on him.
So Landon Jackson has to be next.
Never know.
I'm fairly confident he's going to be next as far as defensive end whenever that's picked.
Yeah, I mean, Swinson, maybe?
Oh, did you see that Carlos Dunlap posted on the Bengals Twitter post on the Shamar Stewart thing?
What'd he say?
He said, insider information, Bengals love SEC players in the first 3 rounds, which is kind of true.
Okay. Everybody loves SEC players in the first 3 rounds. I mean, they're at least half of the draft so far, right?
Okay, so the Titans traded up.
Ah.
Maybe the Bengals trade up and get Ratledge.
They don't have the picks to trade up.
Next year's draft.
Oh.
They have Jermaine Pratt.
Oh, there you go. The next edge was, in fact, not Landon Jackson. It was Olowofemi Olajuwu.
UCLA.
Yeah. So, not everybody shares our opinions.
Yep.
Because they traded up to get him. So that's the guy they wanted.
That just means the team that was within a couple of picks was going to probably pick him.
Yeah. So 53.
Wait. Oh, okay. That's the current pick. Man, I feel like Wikipedia is being super slow.
Yeah.
I've been using Wikipedia to update the ticker because that other website just like crapped out. Like, it was updating the picks, and then I refreshed, and like all the picks were gone. Even in the first round, I was like, "What?" Maybe I hit refresh too much.
Yeah, maybe.
It went back in time.
Where's the thing? Copilot.
What are you looking for?
Well, I just want to be able to type in draft needs for teams.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Draft needs Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay. There we go. You're out. You're in. Oh, this. Can I not resize this?
What did I do? Oh, let's see.
Oh, it has to be big. That's annoying. Oh, bit. And then I want this.
What is it?
And then I want this. Okay. Copilot is like, no, I gotta be a certain size. There's nothing you can do about it. Can I make it go this way? No.
Man, I must have clicked on something weird because like when I use my scroll bar now, it just like zooms in or zooms out on the window.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to undo that?
Scroll bar. Maybe you push down on the scroll bar. On the button, if you push down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what does it. The scroll button, if you push down on it, it does that, see? But then you push down on it again, it goes back to the pointer. So Buccaneers need edge.
No, it's still doing it whether I click on it or not, which is kind of annoying because I just want to use it to like actually scroll up and down the thing, the page. It's all right. I'll just use the bar.
Okay. Pick must be in on this.
This is Benjamin Morrison, DB.
Yep. Confirmed.
Green Bay. Look at all those trades. There's been so many trades this round. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Minnesota, Houston, Buffalo, Chicago.
No one wants that pick.
Yeah.
It says Green Bay's pick is in.
Okay.
Oh my god. I really need to figure out what I clicked.
I'm telling you, push down the scroll bar itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's not
Okay.
working.
Okay. Well, then I don't
It's
know.
like stuck on it for some reason.
Hmm.
Ah, no.
NC State tackle Anthony Belton?
Offensive tackle.
Yeah, he's on here.
I think we had him higher than what PFF had him.
We had him higher than PFF. Maybe not. We had him as a third rounder. Yeah, slightly, because PFF had him like as a fourth rounder. But we didn't. Neither of us had him in the second round. But I just think that like these offensive linemen, there aren't a ton of offensive linemen available. So they're just, I think the conventional thinking of when offensive linemen get picked is wrong. Like, I mean, based on last year, there were so many tackles taken in the first round. I think like the value has gone up for that position. So they're just going to get picked higher.
Wait, so the guy that was, oh yeah, he was considered a guard. Yeah, Belton. Interesting. Yeah, I feel
Well,
like
they drafted him as a tackle, it says.
Green Bay, huh? Interesting.
Yep.
So the Chargers, they took a running back in the first round, I think. Yeah, they got Amari and Hampton, I think. Maybe they go for tight end again. I think that was possibly one of their needs.
Oh, let's see what the co-pilot says. Who should the LA Chargers pick at? What are they picking? 55. Edge rusher or tight end? Oh no. AI is out to get you.
I mean, that's kind of what I expected. I feel like he is a second round talent.
But AI did not update. Femi Oladejo is gone.
It could be Landon Jackson, finally.
Yeah, it could be. Yep, that's last year's edge, I think. Yeah. So maybe Swinson? Maybe Princely?
Yeah.
I feel like we picked Princely like in the 5th round in one of our mock drafts.
I think
And
so.
I think we got like a C or something for that pick.
Probably.
And now he's going to go like in the 2nd round.
Man, I really went Ratledge. That sucks. I mean, I still think there's a few more quarterbacks to get picked before the Bengals. Probably a few more edge players. Because another edge that we really liked was the other defensive end for Ohio State.
Yeah. Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, I feel like he might get picked before the Bengals pick. I guess another tight end, possibly.
Yeah. Oh, so says Trey Harris on TV, wide receiver.
Oh, it was actually announced?
Yeah, on the TV.
Oh, crap. Oh, yeah. I guess somehow I turned off my broadcast. Oops. Oh, my God.
Oh, I just missed it. It updated here. So, the Bears. The Bears. Who do they pick?
I forget who they picked in the first round. Let's see. Oh, they got Loveland, the tight end.
Yeah. So they say offensive tackle or edge rusher.
Okay. It's got to be Landon Jackson now. Or I guess it could be Jack Sawyer. Sanders again.
Yeah.
Look, another SEC player.
Better get used to that.
Has there only been 2 Ohio State players? No, it's been 3. The defensive end and 2 running backs.
Mm-hmm. There's still some more picks left in this round.
I wonder when the safety for the Ohio State goes, because I feel like the 3rd round still feels about right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like the safeties will probably go around the same time. The other 2, Winston and actually, there's Winston, Watts, and Makuba.
What? Kennesaw State running back Bronson Reichsteiner?
No. I don't think that's right. Sign with the WWE? That cannot be right.
Yeah. I think that's I think they're fibbing on us. Unless I do remember Kennesaw State on our list somewhere. But no. Almost got me.
Yeah, there's another trade.
Ozzie Trapilo, Boston College. Now
There you
that
go.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah. Ozzie Trapilo. I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm
one.
thinking it's looking like if luckily Ratledge falls to the 3rd, it's either Ratledge, Millam.
And man, we got a lot of picks before the Bengals pick again. We're gonna have to watch like 25 picks go off the board and hope that
Yeah,
the
but
one
there's
guy we're hoping
there's-
for doesn't get picked.
I would say there's at least 2 quarterbacks, right?
You know what's going to happen is he'll slide all the way down, and then right before the Bengals pick, the Texans will trade up one pick ahead of them and snag him.
Well, wait, hold on. What does the third round look like?
Uh,
No, the Texans are already ahead of the Bengals. We don't have to trade up.
oh yeah. Oof. Makes it seem even more likely that they're going to do it then, doesn't it? Because they don't have to trade.
Wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. The first pick was a receiver. They got the Higgins, and then they got an offensive lineman. Can you do the AI search and see what their other needs are? The
Who?
Texans.
Texans?
See what their most likely third round pick is?
Whoa. They have 3 third-round picks? 79, 89, 99?
Yeah, but the Bengals are 81st, so there's only one pick before the Bengals. I'm assuming Seth Rollins is part of the WWE currently, I guess.
Yeah. Wait, Seth Rollins? I thought we were talking about the guy I didn't know from Kennesaw State.
I thought so too, but I'm just watching the broadcast and it looks like a wrestler's announcing the pick. I'm assuming
this
he's a
guy.
wrestler.
Okay. His name's Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Lions. Who the Lions going to pick?
Let's see.
Oh, no. Tate Ratledge.
Of course. Of course. And it would go to the Lions, huh?
Yeah. Oof. Oh, well. At least it happened fast.
Ugh. I mean, at this point, they might just go safety. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that's going to sting for a lot of Bengals fans. I feel that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it's for sure him.
Wait. That guy does not look like Jack Beck. So Lions. Okay.
He doesn't look like Ratledge? Is that what you're saying?
They say with the 57th pick and then if I select wide receiver Jack Beck. That pretty much looks like Tate Ratledge right there. But what do I know?
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's the receiver.
No, I think it's not 57th overall pick. It's 58th pick.
Oh, they're already okay. So it's Ratledge, then that guy.
Yeah.
Damn. I had a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, there it is.
Right now they're about to announce the Lions pick.
Yeah, they're like way behind.
Yeah, I feel like they almost have to go safety now in the third round. Yeah, they just take Ratledge. Confirmed it.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Wait, who are the other tackles available?
We're like desperate for a tackle. We got Marcus Mbow. Everybody above is gone. So now we're down to Marcus Mbow, Wyatt Millum, Cameron Williams.
I think he could be an option in the third round too, because I think he's out
Yeah.
of Texas, right?
Don't remember, but we did like him as a third rounder. And then Anthony Belton's gone as well. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles left.
Do they have the Raiders pick on Twitter yet? Because they're about to announce it on.
Yeah, it's the wide receiver.
Oh,
Jack
yeah, that's
Beck.
right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Twitter saying Shooter Sanders. Oh, there you go. Mike Green to the Ravens.
Wow. Of course the Ravens would pick him. That's kind of crazy.
Wait. With the 59 pick, the Ravens select Mike Green. I don't know about that one yet. Says they're still on the clock. All right. For the second round, we're reducing our journalistic standards down to 2 tweets equals Turth.
Understandable.
Yeah. It just moves faster in the second round, so that's a good pick, I guess.
Yeah, I could tell like a lot of Bengals fans are not really pleased with the draft so far.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they wanted us to pick the people wanted the Bengals to pick this guy at 17, and then he goes to the Ravens at 59. But you could have gotten Donovan Jackson first round and then gotten another guy, a defensive end in the second round for sure. But
Yeah, I feel like at this point they kind of have to go for a guard and free agency again.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said Al Golden's making these picks. I mean, I hope so. I mean, he's the new defensive coordinator, so I hope he's got a lot of say in who they pick.
Yeah.
Wait, did the Broncos have 2 picks in the second round? Or they just traded down?
They've been constantly trading, so it's hard to keep track of what the Dolphins are doing. Or I'm sorry,
No, the
what
Broncos.
the Broncos are doing, but
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, hold on. Trying to see how many more picks we have left.
yeah.
24 picks. How tall was Mike Green? Was he 6'3"?
6'4", 248.
Okay. He doesn't look like he's 6'4" for some reason. Or at least not to me.
He might not be.
I wish they would only show the players that are available.
Yeah.
I feel like
that
I
would
need
be
to
a
send
nice
an
way
email
to do
to
it. Well, but they have like a draft show, so they probably want you to watch that. Oh, RJ Harvey.
Okay. You think that's correct?
I'm just rolling with it now, man. That ticks for me.
Wikipedia hasn't even updated the Raiders or Ravens yet.
Yeah, so the Broncos got this pick from Detroit when they went from 51. No. $57? No, this must be from an earlier trade.
So technically we're on the Commanders, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If that, in fact, was true.
Mm-hmm. One tweet equals true. No, for me.
We're in the depths of the second round, going into the third. We only need one tweet. Make it happen.
One tweet, and we're...
I mean, at some point, right? 2 more quarterbacks have to go. It's probably not going to be within the next couple of picks. It's most likely going to be at the beginning of the third round, I would assume. Yeah, that would actually be crazy if Sanders drops to the third round. That That would be kind of a shock to me.
Here's the second one. RJ Harvey.
Did we grade him? I think we did.
Yeah, we did. We said we have him as a 4th rounder. Just because of size. But he's fast. He's a 4.4 guy.
Yeah, I guess DJ Giddens is looking more and more likely in the 3rd round.
Yeah. I mean, you got Scatterbo, Sampson, Caleb Johnson, who's been linked to the Bengals already. And
yeah,
then
he had a visit.
Giddens, who of the guys left we like the best.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like safety might be a better value because there's still 3 safeties left that I think a lot of people would take, which would be Winston, Jr., Watts, and Makuba.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would put Wyatt Millum up there. But I feel like the better value is safety at this point. But I'm not sure if the Bengals feel the same way, though.
Well, I mean, Xavier Watts in the 3rd round does not seem like a bad pick.
No.
Because
I do like inbound the 3rd round, too.
yeah, but there's quite a few safeties. Winston Jr., Watts, and Makuba.
Emin Worry's gone already.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Finally just announced Mike Green.
Yeah.
They're showing Mike Green right now, and he's like crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it makes you feel a certain way when you fall that far.
Yeah. I mean, it's so speculative because at the same time, if you told him at the beginning of the season he was going to get picked in the 2nd round, I mean, do you think he would have taken that? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you're in the NFL, right?
Yeah. That's all that really matters.
I mean, it's not like you're like a 7th or 6th round player where you're like at risk of not making the team, right? I mean, second round picks are premium picks. I think like the popular, ranking of draft picks is a little off because I think 2nd and 3rd round picks are still like elite dudes. Okay, so ESPN has them at 6'3 1/4. Unless they're showing someone else. No, they're showing him.
So the Broncos, they selected RJ, you said? Well, they're about to announce it, but I think he was on Twitter.
RJ Harvey. Oh, Trey Amos, Commanders.
Okay.
Wait, yeah. Going with it. Blue check is Turth.
I wonder if Kansas City now takes a running back. I feel like
Yeah,
maybe
it'd be a good time to pick a running back.
but I think they might go for Johnson or maybe that Neal guy.
Oh, you want to look at running backs again? Running backs. You got Scatabo,
Oh, Martinez is what I'm thinking.
Sampson. Oh, Damian Martinez.
Yeah, I guess
Giddens.
Martinez, Neal,
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah, I
Or
can see
Samson. I think Samson.
Samson.
Pretty fast too.
Yeah.
I think they could also go for a defensive line as well, because I think they lost some defensive players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have Trey Amos, corner, going to the Commanders. Cross him off the corner. Did we make a corner list?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. I don't have to
Wait,
cross him off.
did we do defensive tackles? I think we did.
Yeah, we did defensive tackles.
Who were the defensive tackles left? Okay. Oh, okay.
Omar, Norman Lott,
Okay.
Alexander,
Yep.
CJ West, Shamar Turner,
Wasn't that Vernon?
Vernon
Pixar?
Broughton,
Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking of Alfred Collins.
and Jordan Phillips.
Alexander, I think, would make sense for the Chiefs as well.
Yeah, I like CJ West as well, from Indiana, I think. Okay, so who the Bears go with?
I thought we saw it already.
They pick again. They picked Ozzie Trapillo at 56, and now they got pick 62.
Okay. Never mind. I thought we saw their pick already.
Maybe we did, and I missed it.
Shamar Turner is what it says. I wonder if one of the safeties goes before the end of the round. That'd be interesting.
Maybe. I don't think the Eagles need a safety, but maybe the
Chiefs?
Chiefs need one.
I think so, because I think they lost Reed. Maybe I'm misremembering that, but
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. I wonder how many people in foreign countries are actually keeping up with the NFL draft.
Yeah. I feel like I should, translate no way into Japanese and then paste it in there. Start a Twitter battle.
Well, it doesn't feel like Sanders is going to get picked before the second round.
No, because Bears got Shamar Turner. I don't think the Chiefs are going to use a second round pick on a quarterback. Same with the
No.
Eagles.
Unless
The
someone-
crazy part is the third round. I mean, when do the Steelers pick? '83. Because the Saints already picked a quarterback, so the only other quarterback needy team to pick anytime soon is the Browns. Could they pick him at 67?
Did the Raiders get a quarterback? I don't think they did.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing. They picked 68, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 67, 68 is where we see quarterbacks in the third round.
When do the Giants pick again?
They already picked Jackson Dart, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
But they picked beginning of the third round, but I'd imagine that they aren't going to double up on QBs. But you never know.
Nah. Yeah, I guess it would either be Vegas or Browns at this point. Oh, and Steelers. So maybe we get 3 quarterbacks taken in the third. I feel like most likely 2.
There's a breakdown of the Bears picks. Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, Trapilo, Shamar Turner. Not bad. I think that's a good haul.
Yeah. Loveland and Burden. That should really boost your receiving output.
Mm-hmm.
They just announced the pick on, or for the Bears.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Omar Norman Lott.
There he goes.
Boop.
Oh, the Chiefs picked. Okay, yeah, defensive tackle. Wait, is okay? I was about to say T.J. Sanders, but Darius Alexander. That's interesting. He might
Yeah.
make it to the Bengals, possibly.
I think we called that one. You said second, I said third. End of the second round. I think that's kind of averages.
Yeah.
Run on defensive tackles at the end of this round. Do you think the Eagles go defensive tackle too?
I feel like they need a guard.
Slim Pickens at guard, Josh. Slim Pickens. Miles Frazier, maybe?
Or Millum.
Oh, you think like the tackle guard thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Millum,
Or Imbow.
Mbao, Cameron Williams.
Maybe they do go for. Oh no, there you got a safety.
Oh, Eagles pick is in. We made it through the second round.
Let's go. 17 more picks. Or I guess technically 16. Surprised the Eagles pick isn't up there yet.
Mm-hmm. What? He was not picked in the second round. How do we know that? Who was picked?
Wait, who said that? Scheffner?
Ari Mayrov.
Huh. That was like 44 minutes ago. It's weird.
Well, that's what all these timestamps are, 44 minutes. I don't think that's possible.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's the magic of getting the leaks. We're in the future.
Mm.
Well, I'm not seeing anything on pick 64, so he might have jumped the gun. I mean, if someone wants him, they could easily trade for 64, you know?
But it also says the pick is in, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Makuba.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
I didn't know they needed a safety, but
So they got 2 safeties in a row. That's crazy. Yeah,
but
because
we both had Makuba as a second rounder.
Yeah,
so
but
look at us.
But didn't they? I thought they got that other safety, Starks, the first round, right? So they got Starks and Makuba.
No. They got the linebacker from Alabama.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of the Ravens. Okay, that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Ravens got Malachi Starks.
Because I initially said safety, but for some reason I thought they got Starks, but I guess I was initially right.
Yeah. Yeah, we both like Makuba.
I guess this is going to be the run of safeties now. Because it's like...
Well, I don't know if you can have a run when only 2 have been picked. And there's only 6 in the list of the top 100 that we had.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's 3 more left that you're going to probably have to take in the 3rd round. If you want like a starter quality safety.
Yeah, fair. There are 4 guys that look like they're 3rd rounders.
AJ Brown was a 2nd round pick. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he was a 2nd round pick by the Titans. Like, it's sort of like when they traded AJ Brown was when they went from being like a perennial contender to like not good. That was a bad trade.
All the Texans or Titans.
Mm-hmm. Because they traded him for a 1st round pick, and then the 1st round pick that they drafted has not. I feel like his production since being drafted is less than like a game for AJ Brown.
Landon Jackson's still there, isn't he?
Yes.
Would you take him in the 3rd?
No. Andrew Makuba confirmed. So, I mean, not as the Bengals because they already picked a defensive end. I feel like safety's a good, acceptable answer. I'd much rather us get one of these last tackles and have them play guard. But I could see going safety and then trying to get like one of those guards in the 4th round.
Yeah, I guess because there's still Milam and Mbao.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like you just one of the, the actual guards that, weren't rated as high as prospects. But there's a like Lampkin, Kandra, Colby, Cooper, Miles Frazier, Jackson Slater, Dylan Fairchild. They're all like guys that are day 3 picks according to PFF. And I think we both liked Miles Frazier more.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I feel like I had him like in the 4th round, right?
Yeah. I am in the 3rd round, but PFF have him ranked as a 7th rounder.
Oh, dang.
And then we both like Luke Kandra as a 3rd/4th rounder.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's like between the 3rd and 5th. Kandra.
You ranked him as a 3rd rounder.
I
got
know,
right
but
here.
I'm just saying, like,
I said 4th. You said 3rd. PFF has him as a 5th.
yeah. Because I feel like on the PFF mock drafts, he was consistently picked like in the 5th and 6th round.
Mm-hmm. Not much intel on the 3rd round. I guess they put a pause on it.
Man, that's crazy. I wonder if he's still having a draft party.
Well, I mean, don't want to be overly critical, but I just didn't see him as a 1st rounder. You know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, when you watch his highlights, let me rephrase that. When I watch Shedeur Sanders' highlights, I come away thinking how good Travis Hunter is. I'm like, yeah, that Travis Hunter is really good, you know?
Well, he did go 2nd overall, so.
That's what I mean, though. Like, he literally would just, like, throw it to Travis Hunter. And it's just like, yeah, that's an easy way to pad your stats. Okay. KJ Winston.
Another safety. What? Oh, wait, that might be. Yeah, that's Winston Jr. then.
Yeah. We'll see here. Safety. Yeah.
So Watts is still there. But it wouldn't surprise me if Kansas City takes Watts right now.
Ah, I was wrong. They selected Darius Alexander.
Okay, that's better.
Okay, so I shouldn't have. I had a feeling that was wrong.
We gotta go back
I
to
went
2
with
tweets
it.
now.
Huh? Can I unretweet?
Sure.
No, I'm not going to bother. I don't think anything's going on with my stuff. How do you look at it? So here are the best available. Yep, gone. Save your Watts.
I feel like at
Jack
this
Sawyer.
point, the Browns got to take Sanders. I mean, come on. Like, Sawyer, Chris Paul.
Cameron Johnson.
Wow, okay.
We pick at 81.
It's like 10 picks away. Well, more than that.
Oh, Ashton Gelati.
Yep. I feel like some Bengals fans are going to really love the Chiefs draft.
Yeah.
I liked him more when I found out his 40 time was like, what, 4.5?
What?
I think so. He ran a really fast 4.5 or 40.
Yeah, we had to say he's a future Raven. Even worse, future
Chief.
Yeah. Hey, I am as a third rounder. Look at that.
There you go. Maybe had the Ravens not taken, well, no, they wouldn't have had a shot to take this guy.
What?
I was thinking maybe if they didn't take Mike Green in the second round, they could have taken him in the third, but it would have been way too late.
Yeah. Ooh, picks are coming in fast.
Nice. Like, I feel like they're probably technically to the Patriots by now. Like, but there were so many trades in the second round, though. Seemed like every other team was trading.
All right, Fiery Sports X.
Will not be drafted in 2025 NFL draft. That's crazy.
Let's not get too crazy.
I feel like it's got to be the third round. I mean, come on. I mean, there's three teams. It's Browns, Raiders, and... Wait, did the Saints get a quarterback?
Yeah, they got Shuck.
Yeah, okay. So, Browns, Raiders...
Do the Browns go quarterback here?
I feel like they should, but...
But do they? Dun, dun, dun.
Trapilio had a pretty good rise.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, okay. So by picking Demetrius Knight, does that improve the chances that the Bengals re-sign or give Trey Hendrickson some more money?
Why? Because you assume that they're going to cut Pratt?
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably a few more cut candidates, but... Well, maybe not, because like I was thinking maybe possibly Moss, but he restructured his deal.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking possibly Volson. And then depending on like how high we got a safety, I was thinking they could possibly cut I can't think of the safety that we got from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they're probably going to keep him most likely. I mean, at this point.
Yeah, I think they like him.
Okay, Browns are about to announce their selection.
Oh, no. Don't look. They took Fannin.
Of course they would. Of course.
Come on, Browns. You're supposed to take quarterback.
That's such a Browns pick.
Yeah. They do have that Bowling Green pipeline, right? They had Josh, what's his face?
Simmons?
No, way back when. I can't remember his name. He used to
Gordon?
be a quarterback
Oh.
from Bowling Green. Let's see. I'll type it in. Bowling Green, Josh Browns. Josh Harris. Is that it?
Yeah, this is Bowling Green College.
I don't think that's right. Okay, again, Josh Harris. Maybe it was Josh Harris.
He said he was from Bowling Green.
No. Yeah, that's him. How could I forget? Sorry, Browns fans.
Porter.
Oh, wow. We missed Darian
Yeah.
Porter. We did not look at corners, so I don't need to get my list. Boop. I'm doing this just to torment you. All the top-rated tight ends are gone.
Well, Fannin went a lot earlier than PFF's ranking, 67. At least had him 100 and something.
Yeah. Yeah, you liked him as a second rounder. And I liked him as a third rounder. So again, I think it averages out to about where he went.
Yeah.
Top of the third. I mean, really, we didn't do terribly. Kind of projecting it out. Uh-oh. Why are they showing Caleb Johnson running?
I think he got picked by New England, probably.
Maybe.
Because that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Except I thought they picked a...
Yeah, because I feel like the story of the draft right now is just going to be like, how far does Sanders drop? He went from basically a top 10 pick now down to, will he even get picked in the third?
Okay, Kyle Williams. Wait, and then they say...
That's his 95th pick, though.
What the heck?
I think they're predicting.
This is another shadow draft. Yep, that's two.
Oh, they got Kyle Williams, not... Okay.
Okay.
See if the
So,
Lions pick another player.
another
that the
guy
Bengals
we
probably
have on
won't.
our list.
Yeah.
So we got 12 more picks. 11 more picks. 12.
I mean, if anyone's going to take the Bengals pick, it's probably going to be the Texans, but we'll see.
Maybe.
Trade Lions. Or wait, were they on the clock already?
Yeah, it had Lions on the clock already.
Oh, okay.
Pick is in.
Do you think they take a safety? I'm trying to think like what if they get Sanders?
I don't know. Maybe a linebacker. Nope. Isaac Tesla. I like the name. Don't know anything about him.
Oh, another receiver. Okay.
There it is. Isaac Tesla.
Interesting. Are we in a wide receiver run right now?
Could be the beginnings of one.
I mean, that'd be good for the Bengals, I would assume.
Bengals do like third round wide receivers, though.
That is true.
They could keep the streak alive. Oh, no. Wait. With the 70th pick, that guy, Derek Oakrey, you're wrong. He's always wrong. Is he just like throwing stuff out there and hoping something sticks?
Probably. Although I can kind of see the Bills picking Landon Jackson though. Oh wait, no, they
Yeah.
got a different defensive end. They got that Ezra something. Or no, did they get a defensive end? Hold on, I could check. Oh no, they got TJ Sanders and Maxwell Harrison. So yeah, they could go for Landon Jackson. That would make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Jihad Campbell and Makuba. I feel like a lot of Bengals fans had that combination too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. Look at those hips move, man.
That was a really bad throw. I think part of it too, I'm sure there's a lot of teams that don't want to deal with Deion Sanders either. Like,
no team wants to deal with Deion Sanders.
wow, that's really
That's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah. He ran a 4.3 too. That's pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, his name is Isaac Tesla.
Hmm.
I think they did that on purpose.
What do you mean?
Well, with the last name Tesla, they're probably like, we need a double A name for our kid.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like it. It's real nice. I'm not being critical. I'm just observing it. Quite jealous, actually. I think they did a great job. Oh, here we go. Vernon Broughton.
Okay. I went to the Saints?
I don't know. I feel like I know I recently retweeted one that was wrong.
Was it
I don't
from
know
NFL
if it was-
/ NBA updates?
I don't think it was. No, it was one with a weird graphic. I'm going with it. Vernon Broughton. We liked him.
Yeah. It's confirmed. They just
Not
announced
as much
it on.
as CJ West, but there it is. Vernon Broughton again.
I wonder when Scadaboo's going to get drafted.
Soon.
I feel like the 3rd round is his at some point.
Oh, here you go. Wait. We're already to 73? Who's 72?
Wait, am I not live anymore? Hold on. Because they're about to announce the Bills pick right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Prim Sports is a little ahead here.
Maybe technically that should be the 72 pick.
This is the Jets. It's the
Yeah, I
Bills.
see that.
Maybe they traded or something. Landon Jackson.
There you go.
Bang. You called him to the Bills a while ago.
The first time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Duke Tobin's burner account's going to need to compete with the Bills burner account.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more picks. And we still have the 2 safeties, the 2 tackles,
Mm-hmm.
DJ Giddens. So that's 5 right there. I guess you could even say Johnson at this point. Caleb Johnson in the 3rd round. I do like Giddens better though, me personally. But
I'd like to pick an offensive lineman. Thanks.
you want an offensive lineman? So are you?
Yes.
Which
I've been
one?
saying offensive lineman 2
So you
days in
want
a row.
Inbow or
why not?
Millum? Those are the tackles. Or I guess you could do. I guess it would have to be Fairchild or.
Millum.
Yeah, Millum, Inbow. I guess maybe Cameron Williams.
No, I think Millum is the guy I like the best. Or
Okay.
Cameron Williams, but I like Millum. Oh, there he is. Ray Thomas, cornerback, Florida. They knew. So, Pat Bryant. Said Judkins missed the call from the Browns when they took him. I mean, to be fair, it was the first pick in the second round.
Wait. Okay. These picks are coming in quick now. They're saying Dallas is technically on the clock.
Yeah. There it is. Pat Bryant. NFL Prem.
Yep. It's the wide receiver run.
As foretold. I don't know, man. I don't know how you could call it a run. Wide receiver, tackle, edge, corner, wide receiver.
Well, that's 3 receivers and what? 6 picks? Surprised Twitter doesn't have the Broncos pick yet. Oh no, this is Pat Bryant.
Yeah, I've already retweeted it.
Oh, okay. Double check to see who the Niners picked. They got Alfred Collins. And Michael Williams. Maybe they do go for a safety. I think they do go for a safety. I think they're due. And it's most likely going to be Watts, because that's the one I want. I think Watts.
Dude, no way. He's going to get picked by the Texans at 79.
Probably, but
yeah. Let's see. Like this doesn't even match the picture.
No, because isn't that the tight end?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it was. Someone needs to reconfigure their bots.
Yeah, come on. Throw some likes too since you're in there, right? Oh, so this guy's calling his shot as Cam Scotabo.
There you go.
Arizona, 74.
Wait, to Arizona?
Yeah,
I mean, that kind of makes sense because he went to ASU, but
I guess. I mean, it's kind of hokey. I mean, shouldn't you just pick the best football player?
right, but it's just easier to evaluate the teams that you see play all the time, right?
Mm-hmm. Quite the lag here. What's going on? Do you think they paused everything just for the commercial break?
No.
'Cause they got,
Sanders. Actually, that kind of makes sense at this point for the Cowboys.
oh, I guess. I mean, the Cowboys do like a circus, don't they?
Okay.
I mean, if there's any owner that would not mind media drama and attention, I feel like it'd be Jerry Jones. No?
Yeah.
But they already traded for what's his face, right?
A receiver?
No, the quarterback. Didn't they trade for?
Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just announced Pat Bryant.
Yeah. They got.
They made, if you scroll up a little bit, they made Sanders crying
Oh.
AI.
They made him really tall too.
Yeah.
Look how long the torso is on that.
He's
They're
about
like
seven.
he's crying, but he's also 7'6" now.
Yep.
I feel like if he was that tall, he would have been picked. So like we like the arms on this QB, top tier. Be a better receiver.
Nick Martin. Okay.
What?
Linebacker, Nick Martin.
Mm.
I'm going to have to see these highlights because I have no clue who this person is. Any Nick Martin fans out there, let us know what you think.
I don't even know where he's from.
Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay. Who do you think the Cowboys are going with? Shadur Sanders, right? Don't they need a running back?
That's what I was thinking. They haven't drafted a running back yet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they go with Johnson. Or maybe Sampson, because I feel like he's faster. They kind of like that.
Yeah.
He's Scattaboo. But yeah, one of those. Or maybe Damian Martinez, one of those four. I could see either one of those.
I'm going to go DJ Giddens, just so we named every single running back that hasn't been picked yet.
Okay.
Just to prove how much we know with our big football brains.
I could see either one of them. I mean, it just depends on what they're looking for out of running back. They all do something a little bit different. But for me, if you gave me a choice, it's DJ Giddens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go with that. DJ Giddens. Right
Okay.
there. Boom.
Call your
Cowboys.
shot.
Calling it. I fully expect the Bengals to draft Ollie Gordon sometime tomorrow, so just gonna throw that out there.
Hey. Siobhan Ravel,
Corner. Okay.
corner.
Smart pick.
I don't know. I feel like this guy might have led me astray last time. Oh, wait. No. Confirmed.
That's around the NFL. What are you talking about?
Well, I was looking at this one. Oh. Do you think they are NFL?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Getting close.
Well, we at least got one of our top 4 picks, right? I feel like you probably have the tackles rated above the safeties, while I have the safeties rated above the tackles.
Okay. So as long as there's not safety, tackle, we're good.
Yeah.
But you're like less worried about the offensive line than me. So you'd be happy with a running back here too, right?
Not with the board, with the way the board is, because I almost feel like you might be able to get DJ Giddens in the 4th, the way everything's falling, because there's still so many players above him. And for the most part, like, I would say 75% of PFF's ratings was pretty much in line. So if you just go with that logic, it feels like DJ Giddens should be there in the 4th. So I think if we take running back in the 4th or 5th, then I either like DJ Giddens or Ollie Gordon.
Ollie Gordon is this year's
Eric Hall.
Eric Hall. Yes.
You know what's funny? Someone posted a picture of, I forget which team it was, but they had their draft board on the whiteboard behind them with all their picks.
Yeah.
But they always, apparently it's the thing they do every year. They always show the years before draft board. But in the 4th round, they had Eric All in the middle of the 4th round, which was funny because that's where the Bengals picked him. And I remember Bengals fans kind of complaining because they thought they picked him early, but they kind of had the rating right. Princely's still there. I feel like he might be
He
good
just got
value.
picked.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I see it.
Yeah. We liked him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like that.
We liked him as a 3rd rounder.
Jack Sawyer's still there. Holy shit.
Not a huge surprise.
No, but no. I do like Jack Sawyer a lot, but then at the same time, we already got a defensive end in the 1st round.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was. Okay, yeah, it was the Panthers that picked Princely. Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals, they don't need a running back, do they?
No, because they picked the guy that I wanted last year. The guy from Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, they have the guy from Pittsburgh.
I'm really interested to see if the Steelers are actually going to pick a quarterback at 19. And if they do, if it's Milrow, that would be so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at this point in the 3rd round, if you can get Sanders, that would be crazy for them. I would say that's pretty good value. I forget who their 2nd round pick was. I know they got Harmon in the 1st round.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they didn't have a 2nd round pick. That's what it was.
Right.
First pick of the 2025 NFL Draft, Cam Ward, Titans, gets a 4-year contract worth $43 million. The last pick of the third round, number 102, Detroit Lions, gets a 4-year, $5.96 million contract. That's crazy.
Still pretty good.
I mean, yeah, it's good either way, but that's still a pretty big variance.
Well, I mean, you're like 102nd best player compared to the first player. I mean, it's not that steep of a curve.
Yeah, but that's only the third round. So if you go from the third round to the seventh, it's not going to be the same difference, you know?
Yeah, I know.
But I guess it goes to show like how impactful like the top 15 picks can be if you get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially quarterback. If you get the quarterback right, that pretty much changes everything.
Okay, they have Jalen Noel, wide receiver, Iowa State, but they have him at 79.
Wide receiver 1. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. Matt Long gets a repost because mistake, 79th. Tough grader. You got to entertain yourself, you know?
So it was a pick ahead?
No. Yeah, it was one ahead, but like 3. Even going with yesterday's standards of 3 tweets equals turf. Oh, and they're wrong. Can I undo
this is
it?
79, not 78.
Undo.
One more pick, and the Bengals can at least get a safety in the third round. But do they go for offensive tackle? I feel like they'll go for a safety at this point.
Okay, they keep saying Jalen Noel, but the NFL.com saying Jordan Birch. And the TV saying Jordan Birch. So there he is.
Yeah, it's definitely Jordan Birch. I mean, there really was a lot of edge picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did Birch make our list?
There he is. That was right. It's Noel for 79.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, he's on here. I am as a third rounder. Look at that. You didn't say much. That was at the end of the night.
He had me speechless.
Yeah. Jalen Noel. Okay, now let me find that Jalen Noel.
So I feel like if the Bengals go, even if it's a logical pick with the offensive line and they pass up on the safeties, most Bengals fans are going to hit like shit their pants, basically. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, actually, people are saying Watts. Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
that
think a
makes
lot of
sense
people are
here.
Watts.
Hmm. Who do the Colts take?
They're about to announce it on my side.
Oh, Justin Wally, quarterback, Minnesota. All right, so Bengals time.
I'm
So
gonna
I
like
want
me
offensive line.
I'm gonna go with Watts.
Where are you at?
Watts.
Watts.
And then either Winston Jr. But so I'm guessing you're going with.
Well, Winston Jr. got picked already.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, then I guess Watts.
Oh no, I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, because I think
that was a mispost.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think those are good picks here, either of those guys, but I'd rather get like the last.
I feel like it almost has to be Watts at this point.
I'd like to get the last tackle to guard prospect.
Yeah,
Millam
or Imbow.
I like Millam. Or no, that's it at this point.
Well, you like Cameron. Well, we both like Cameron Williams at 3.
Yeah.
Pick is in. Here we go.
All right, what do we got?
The top 10 board on the NFL Network has Frazier at 6. 61 prospect. Maybe they go with Frazier because he's a guard, right?
Yeah. I like Frazier.
Here we go. See what he says.
Dylan Fairchild. What?
Guy he's a guard from Georgia.
He was terrible. I think. Yeah. I severely disliked him. We both said he was a free agent.
Oh man.
Bengals, what are you doing?
I don't know. They're highlighting him on NFL Network, so he might not be that bad.
Okay, well, I need to see some good highlights of Dylan Fairchild because
he was a wrestler.
What we watched, he looked not good. He certainly
that
didn't
makes
look
sense.
he didn't look like a third rounder.
They're showing him wrestling right now, and that makes sense because like our offensive line coach is like does taekwondo or something, or maybe he was a wrestler too. Whew. One of 7 FBS guards to allow 1 or fewer QB hits. Well,
I do not like
draft
that one.
guard to play guard. So
I
they
do
got
not
that
like
right.
the pick. I'm very, very disappointed. Hope I'm wrong.
What were you hoping for? The
I just didn't think he looked good.
It looks like he plays more left guard too.
A rogue grading force in the trenches, Dylan Fairchild. Elite strength, elite technique, and ability to dominate defenders in the run game. What? I hope this guy's right. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
he makes him sound good, huh?
I didn't see that at all.
I don't know. I've seen other people rate like the guard or the offensive lineman for Georgia, like around this, like even him, because like I feel like there's another. I think it was the center. They also had rain it pretty good.
Oh, they're showing him now. 6'5", 318.
He's got good size.
I just felt like he always got pushed backwards. And that was good.
But the Bengals did draft 3 SEC players in the first 3 rounds. So shout out to Carlos Dunlap for that insider information because he got that right.
They always do that.
That's what he's saying. The Bengals always draft SEC players in the top 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Are you trying to look at his Raz, Fairchild?
He has no Raz.
But what does PFF have him rated right now?
I don't even think they have him rated.
They must have, because why did we look at his film?
Because he was from Georgia, and they had him at like 200 and something. And I was like, there's no way there's a guy at Georgia that's like 200 something. And then we watched it, and I was like, holy crap, that seems accurate. Big board. Position.
It's up. It's in the middle.
Guards.
Yeah.
Dylan Fairchild. Oh, they moved him up to 148 or 140.
He's got a pretty good pass
pass
blocking.
block grade.
Why is he so low then? Because if his grades look pretty decent.
He'll likely serve as interior depth with his consistent pass protection skills. Whether or not he can improve his functional strength will determine if he could develop into a starter.
Yeah, there goes Winston Jr. to Titans. Yeah, he was rated high for a while and then dropped a lot. And skyrocketed or went back up a lot.
I don't know what this is. This is 810. Oh, this is monthly.
Yeah.
$130, and he started off 58. And just
I said most drafted by the Bengals too. I'm not sure if you saw that.
yeah. Well, yeah, but like look at where. 139. But that doesn't mean anything. It's not dominant. Middling upper body strength doesn't allow him to displace defenders. Tendency to lean into blocks with shoulders, chest. Caught off balance at times when attacked with blitzes and stunts.
I mean, if anything that looks really good is that it seems like he's a pretty good pass blocker. So that's a good start.
Well, I hope they're right, because was not.
Steelers take Caleb Johnson, not Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who I thought looked like Le'Veon Bell. It makes so much sense. Yeah, I'm interested to see what Bengals fans are saying. I'm sure they're pretty upset.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed, like the family members of Bengals players, they seem to really like the picks that we have had.
What?
Like some of the people I see on Twitter that are family members of Bengals players,
Yeah.
They actually really like our picks.
Okay, good. I mean, I like the position,
'Cause he's
so
got
maybe
pretty
I'm
good
just
size.
wrong. He's tall. I mean, he's 6'5", 318. But
As we
I
went
mean,
with Dylan in mind, we left with high regard of Dylan in mind. We left with even higher regard. Dan Pitcher on Dylan Fairchild. Someone's like, I have no idea what this means. The Bengalorian really likes this pick.
yeah. Highest graded pass blocking guard in college football the last 2 years. So, okay. I'm sold on it. I'm over it. We got another trade. Kansas City. I bet you Kansas City picks that safety. No, corner. Noel Williams. So what are your thoughts on the Bengals draft?
Kind of what I expected and kind of not what I expected. But I mean, it kind of shows you where their head is at. I mean, I think we had a pretty good idea of the first round in which Shamar Stewart brings. Like, he gives you an option defensive end. You can swing him inside into the interior, provide depth that way, especially if he could play alongside with Trey Hendrickson. And then with the second round pick, that was, I was thinking maybe they would go for the starting guard then. But they decided to go linebacker, which also makes sense because, I mean, I do remember his film and it felt like he was a very solid, sure tackler. And I mean, obviously that's kind of what we've been missing last year with all the missed tackles. So he could potentially be a starter. I mean, it looks like with their first 3 picks, they could have 3 starters. So it's now maybe with the Shamar Stewart, he'd be more of like a rotational player with all the depth that they got. But I mean, he still could start on the opposite or left defensive end opposite of Trey Hendrickson. But yeah, I mean, not what I expected in the second or third round, but I do understand where they're coming from. Maybe the third round was a little bit more of a shock than the other 2 rounds, but I still hold that, they put way more time in, they have way more insight as far as, player information and looking at film and checking their background and knowing their personalities and all that. So, I'm sure they have a lot more information than we have. So, and I noticed too with Zach Taylor, a big thing is that they like to pick players that fit in the locker room. So I'm sure that adds to it. They want to add the right personalities on top of the talent they bring in. But how do you feel?
Disappointed. I mean, I guess I trust. I mean, I totally trust that they know more about it than I do. But I just feel like Ratledge was a bit of a reach.
Not getting Ratledge, you mean?
Oh yeah. Ratledge is the guy they should have picked, and instead
Fairchild
they reached for Fairchild.
I I don't know. I think that was a mixed bag because I think some people actually had him in the 3rd round, and then others had him like either we had him or like 6th round.
Okay. Well, if you can show me one person that had him in the 3rd round, I feel much better about it.
I feel like people were talking about it because there was another Georgia player that they were talking about. I'm pretty sure it was Fairchild, like James Rapine, I think, and then even just going through Twitter, there was another Bengals reporter that mentioned like before the pick, he even had Fairchild on there as far as
the 3rd round.
Yeah, as a offensive guard option.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I mean, I think most people are going to think it's a bit of a reach, but we'll see. It's an interesting pick, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, his pass blocking looks really good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I hope I'm just misinformed. And that he becomes what we've been needing is someone to hold up in the pass rush against pass rush at the guard position. There's someone, the Italian jungle. That's interesting. Bengals Italia. What should I? Okay, so Mo Eggers got poll. Fairchild baby, LFG. I really don't know, man, or more like Failchild. Where are you on this?
I'm in the middle. I really don't know, man. Like that's kind of where I am. That's pretty optimistic. 52%. That's a lot higher than what I thought.
Yeah.
It seemed like going into this year, like he was rated high, and then I did hear on NFL Network he did lose his starting position for a little bit and then got it back. So something must have happened during the season. But if there's any glimmer of hope, this is pass blocking, and it's like if you're going to have an offensive lineman, it's better for them to have a better pass blocking grade than rushing grade or run blocking grade, based off of how much the Bengals like to pass. So, in the long run, it could be a good thing. But
here's Jake Drahers, who I don't know who he is. He has Dylan Fairchild 10. Okay.
Yeah, the only other person at that time that was. Well, wait, where is Jarrett Wilson from?
What? Oh, Jared Wilson? No idea.
Yeah. I feel like that might be the center for Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, though. Wait, did anyone pick Scatterboo yet? I don't think they have they?
No. Okay, so this guy has day 3 targets for the Packers. Dylan Fairchild.
Yeah, I think going into this year, he was rated high, and then something must have happened, and he kind of dropped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like he kind of recovered towards the end of the year, and I guess maybe maybe the Senior Bowl. That was a good play. 53. Throws this guy on the ground. An AFC East area scout told me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Bengals, huh? Well, I guess AFC East, but
That's funny. Bengal Scout told me. Okay. 794 career snaps. 0 sacks, 0 hits. Okay. Okay, so consensus seems early day 3, day 2 for me. Okay. And this is NFL Draft Dome, October.
I mean, you nailed it. Early day 3, day 2. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
All right, click on the jungle.
How do they have a Raz for him when Raz doesn't have a Raz for him? So he didn't run, didn't do agility, good broad jump. What'd you say?
Click on where it says the jungle. Yeah, I just want to see if they say anything.
And is better than Lucas Patrick and better than Cordell Bolson, and they can put him, and he is a breath of fresh air. I really hope that hard for us.
It's just hard to see the upside. It's hard to, if his floor is, if we are going to focus on some positives. See, I mean, he according to PFF, he had an 87 pass block, right? Run block rate was a 71.8. I mean,
59 on which we know the Bengals don't run zone, and that's
No, that can't be.
What can't be?
I think that was like that must have been last night before tonight is what they were talking about.
Oh.
Just based off of the ticker on the bottom. Because they had players going on that were already picked.
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt Milam just got picked.
Yeah.
He's 6'6", 313.
That's crazy. D1 guard playing baseball.
He played baseball?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 6'6", 313.
That's a good play.
Yeah.
That's Texas A&M.
Is it?
Or is that Alabama?
It looks like Alabama. Yeah, I saw it. I think I see tied at the end here.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But he's a left guard, so he's probably most likely going to take over Olsen's spot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm on board now. I'll deal. I'm optimistic now.
I think really the thing to be optimistic is that he looks like he might be decent in the pass. Maybe the run blocking might be a little bit sus, but
Yeah, which is fine.
although that's a run blocking play. But his run blocking wasn't really that bad either. It was just his pass blocking was much superior. Like he
Yeah.
had like almost an 80 percentile or 80% run blocking. It was just his pass blocking was almost 90%.
Yeah.
Say he had an average frame. Huh.
Yeah. That's probably the most measured statement here. Can't keep up. Dylan Fairchild, OG, Bengals. Slight reach, but matches the OL premium of this draft. Fine.
I think if anything, it just goes to show you how much they really thought highly of the linebacker.
Yeah.
Because that's the decision they made. They're like, okay, we'll pick the linebacker now and just get the best available guard in the third round. Maybe hope Ratledge drops, but they must have had the linebacker significantly higher than Ratledge.
Yeah, that's fine.
Another edge, Josiah Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Cleveland has another pick?
Yeah. Is this where the quarterback comes off the board?
They were saying that Gabriel Davis might actually come off the board before Sanders.
I like Gabriel Davis.
Emory Jones, there he goes.
Emory Jones.
Tackle / guard. Yeah, I think some of these offensive players are going a little bit higher than what they should, but it's just what's available, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think as you get lower into the draft, like the difference between the players is probably not as big.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like the PFF stuff probably is less important. You know, like these, because they seem to rank more on like how well you played in an individual play, and you know the NFL is more about like traits and what you can do, right? Not necessarily what you have done.
All right, I think I might have to go soon.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to like, I guess, recap or your final feelings about the draft so far? Or what can they do tomorrow to turn things around?
Well, I was really excited yesterday, and then the second round, I'm like, okay, I didn't feel that linebacker was our biggest need, but I see it. And then guard, I really wanted certain guards, so I think I was disappointed they didn't pick the guys that I liked.
Milrow.
Oh, there we go. Milrow to the Seahawks. Interesting.
Wow.
That's a good match. So overall, wait and see. What are your thoughts?
It's a little bit over the place. I was more excited in the first day, and then I was kind of questioning the second round pick, and then as far as like the third round pick, but kind of like what you said, as far as the second round pick, it makes sense, especially if they think he can take over what Pratt's doing and maybe do a better job. But the third round pick was a little bit confusing for me because we haven't really looked into Fairchild that much, but I do feel a little bit better about it just seeing that he's got a really good pass blocking skill grade. So I feel like it's just going to be one of those drafts. This is good. We got to wait until we see, and it feels good. It feels like it's going to be one of those drafts where no one's going to be all the way happy. It seems like they're like rubbing every fan the wrong way.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I don't think it's like a complete disaster. I can see what they're trying to do, and they obviously rate Fairchild pretty high because I think he can compete for a starting guard position. It's just not what we were expecting, so I think that's why we're a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I think it's part of what happens, especially on our side where we get a very limited view.
Mhm.
So when you do see a player you really like, you get tied to that person. But I feel like seeing some of the highlights we did see, it does seem like he's got a mean streak. There's obviously things that he needs to improve on, but I'm excited about his passing grade. I mean, it's better for him to be a better pass blocker than run blocker, if anything.
That's for sure.
But yeah, I guess we'll see how tomorrow goes, and hopefully we can get some steals at this point.
Yep.
All right. See you guys.
Peace.